Hey everybody, and welcome back to a new attempt at the Horizon franchise. If you were watching a couple months ago, I was trying a permadeath playthrough. Unfortunately, shortly after rescuing Minerva, attaching it to Gaia, and then proceeding into Tanox, official Tanox territory, I died. And I wish that I still had the video. It definitely would have been better of me to have thrown it up there, but instead I have now taken down those permadeath videos. We will revisit a permadeath playthrough. What I think is going to end up happening is I will most likely just be like concentrating 2023 for the most part on anything and everything Horizon, like legit anything and everything. As you can see, I am currently in my Horizon official toque. It's definitely a baby toque. It is not a grown-up toque. It's like hanging on to my head for dear life. I'm also in my official Horizon, I don't know if you can see the back, my Horizon Forbidden West sweater. These I got from Insert Coin Clothing. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend the sweater. The toque, on the other hand, I give it about a 6 out of 10, only because the focus is kind of, as you can see, wonky donkey, and the toque is super small on my head, and of course in the website they don't look that small. Everything fits a little bit smaller, so definitely order at least a size up. I typically wear a large in my clothes, my tops. Currently I just get extra large for a little extra comfort, especially because of my indulging over Christmas. So this hoodie is an extra large, and it definitely fits like a large. So just well worth the money. They are a little bit on the pricier side, but goddamn, the quality is amazing. They are so soft, so comfortable. This is actual embroidery. Like I wish, like I don't know if, like it's hard to see, you know, but it is real embroidery on the front. The graphic on the back is an iron-on graphic, but it's very well done. Like, look at that. Woo! Very well done. I don't think it's gonna come off in the wash, but I haven't washed this sweater yet. I will wash it inside out. Anyways, so to give a little explanation into this playthrough of Forbidden West, after the permadeath playthrough, I decided it was right before God of War 2 was coming out, and I thought to myself, well, okay, maybe I should just take a break from Horizon. I was kind of down in the dumps about dying so early on in the game, so I took a step to the side and I thought to myself, well, let's just redo the first God of War game and prepare for the second God of War game. Now, I made it through maybe 6 or 7 hours of the first God of War game again for a replay. Didn't get any further. Life got in the way. Depression got in the way. Anxiety, all that good, you know, that mental health cocktail just kind of really put a deterrent into everything at the end of the year last year, so I stopped. And when God of War Ragnarok did come out, I played it, but I just, not to say it is a bad game, because I know it is not a bad game. I played the first one, I loved the first one, but even as I replayed the first one, I was kind of like, oh, I just really want to be Aloy again. I just really want to be Aloy. I thought I could kick that with Ragnarok, and the more that I played, the more I was just like, F this noise, I just want to be Aloy again. So, put the brakes on Ragnarok, and right after Christmas, got right back into Forbidden West. So with this playthrough, we are playing New Game Plus Ultra Hard difficulty setting, but this playthrough, instead of permadeath, we are going to focus much more on leveling up all of the weapons. I still have a bunch of purple and like goals that I haven't even gotten yet that still need to get to maximum level. And then in addition to that, without doing a lot of research, I know that there's tons of videos and articles and stuff on the internet about the best coils and weaves for, you know, weapons and armor. I'm just gonna like configure it myself and try to figure out the best builds that work for me. So that being said, we will forgive the deaths in this one. I will try my best to die as little as possible. And I kind of mentioned in the video that, you know, we'll finish this playthrough of Forbidden West. That should take us to the Burning Shores DLC. And from there, I'm hoping, like, I am hoping, and I know I'm probably going to get some hate for this. I can't wait for the PS5 Zero Dawn remaster. I am fucking pins and needles. I cannot wait for it. I want it so bad. So hopefully, you know, once the DLC is released, maybe we'll get some news about that as well. And I can just continue on my little Aloy way and keep improving on the game. There's an MMO coming out. This is going to have to get me through not being able to play Call of the Mountain when it comes out, because I ain't got an extra $1,000 just sitting around for a frickin' VR2. That ain't happening. And it'll just, yeah, just kind of be that filler, you know? So that is where we're at with this playthrough. So in this video, we're going to do the tutorial. I love the tutorial. The tutorial is just, it's done so well, and I absolutely love the Zenith, you know, the launch pad essentially, where you have to destroy it's late, so everything is escaping me right now. The snakes, the big old mechanical snakes. So we do that, and then we just kind of go through the motions of the opening scenes, and we just get to the Daunt. So that is what is in this video. Now I'm importing these videos from Twitch, so sometimes I do get a viewer or two that comes in and chats a little bit. I will try to track it like as best as I can, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop little speech bubbles in when a chat comes in. I won't be putting names or anything like that, but I will put the speech bubbles in so it kind of makes sense when I'm having conversations with somebody and, you know, you can't see it on your end. And I think that's about it. And we're just gonna muddle our way through this this playthrough of Forbidden West and just enjoy. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy every second of it. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna freaking walk where it's appropriate through settlements and buildings, unless I really just want to get somewhere. I'm gonna, you know, change armor out when I deem it necessary, like when Aloy goes to the Hades proving lab and freaking gets all banged up and stuff, and she's still in her same armor. I'm like, you can't tell me she didn't come out with cuts and bruises, number one. And number two, you can't tell me that armor would still be intact. So we're gonna make just little things along the way just to make it more like cinematically appealing for everybody, namely me. And that's about it. We're gonna get through our second playthrough and we're gonna enjoy every freaking second of it, and I cannot wait. So I hope you tune in. I hope you enjoy it. Please you know, click the like button, click the subscribe button to get notifications, turn them on so that you know when the next video is coming. And as well, on this channel currently I am doing a 2023 goal tracking series as well, and you can go ahead and you can go find that video in my channel. So sit back, relax, enjoy the first 2-ish hours of Horizon Forbidden West. All right, guys, so we're gonna do the playthrough, not the perma. I'm just talking. It's okay. Just talking. I'm gonna do not the permadeath playthrough, but the playthrough where we're going to level everything up, maximize out the coils, make these weapons as awesome as humanly possible. Every single skill level, every color, We'll make sure that we get maximum coilage and weaves. And anything that's not been leveled up, which is mostly purple and gold, we'll get that done as well. Playing through this playthrough, which will most likely take us to the Burning Shores release date. So that's the plan. It's not a permadeath. We'll bump up the difficulty now to probably very hard. We'll do ultra hard. Why not? I do want to finish it on ultra hard to get that sweet, sweet trophy. Yes, so we want to start right from the get-go. Right from the get-go. So basically I've just given in. I've given in to the fact that I'm still super obsessed with the game. I need to get more. More for my money.
I'm running out of time, Elizabeth. The land is dying. People are suffering. Soon, they'll starve. All because of a terraforming system that's spiraling out of control. And only I can fix it. Only I have your genetic code. It won't be long before we hit the point of no return. And then... extinction. I've been searching for months for what I need. A backup of Gaia. The AI you designed to control the system. But every time I think I have a lead, it comes to nothing. And every night, I have the same dream. I'm walking under a brilliant night sky, through a field of flowers. And when I arrive at the center, I see you, Elizabeth. Waiting for me. Even though you've been dead for 1,000 years. You're the closest person I've ever had to a mother. And for a moment, I feel whole. But it never lasts. I'm always left alone. This world is your legacy, Elizabeth. I won't let it slip away. The valley below is my only remaining lead. My last hope to find the backup. I'll do whatever it takes to get it. I promise. Varl?
If it isn't Aloy, the savior of Meridian, and anointed of the Nora.
You know I hate being called that stuff.
Well, consider it a punishment for running out on us the very same night we beat Hades.
I grew up an outcast. Remember, I'm not much for parties.
Yeah. That one was in your honor. Just saying. So, what are we doing? Must be urgent since you left so fast. Delving into ancient ruins? Or maybe it has something to do with the Blight.
Both, actually. But, I should...
Oh, no. I've been tracking you a long way. It's okay. After everything you've done to help the Nora and my family, I swore an oath to help you, no matter what. You're stuck with me now. Like bark on wood.
Okay. But, if you're going to come with me, you'll need to be able to see what I see.
A focus? Never thought I'd get your second sight.
I'll give you another one later and show you how to back up your data.
Data?
Information on the device. We've got a lot to cover. I'll have to explain everything as we go.
You see like this all the time?
Since I was a little girl. Come on. Shall we? All right, I got a couple of scrapes on the way here. We should find some medicinal plants, stock up. So it's time for your first lesson with the focus.
Sounds good. Let's get started. These plants don't look like the ones in the sacred lands.
The focus helps you see the ones we need. There. Those plants by the stream should do the trick.
Was that? Alright, so back at the start here. Honestly, I was like, this is what makes the game just, ugh. I was getting very bored just going around and hunting machines to level up my weapons. It's fun for a bit, but like, you know, you want some purpose. Aloy needs to be driven by purpose. So by the end of this playthrough, we're going to have all the maximum amazingness of weapons and armor. We're going to get the maximum best coils for everything. I think in this playthrough, though, we're going to stick with like the appropriate colored coil for the appropriate colored weapon. But I have a feeling, like, as we continue on, like when I do the whatchamacallit, the, not the cool route, but the arena, as we get, like, better coils and better equipment, I'm assuming by that point I'll be like, oh, okay, everything's gonna get a gold coil. Because I am gonna have to do a permadeath one day. One day. It'll most likely have to be after I've done about 6 or 7 playthroughs of this game, which is totally fine.
Ugh.
Bitter?
Yeah, well, at least they make you feel better. Alright, we should keep going.
Might want to grab more of these plants along the way.
Yeah, good idea. This stuff spreads fast.
6 months ago, the land was fine. Now it's everywhere.
Those ruins. That's where we need to go.
I see a few ways down. What are we after exactly?
The backup? Well, it's an AI. It's hard to explain. Think of it like a set of instructions that can fix the world.
Sounds complicated. Traveling light these days.
Yeah, I ran into some trouble on the way here. Lost a lot of my gear.
We're going to take our time through this too. We're going to just enjoy every facet that we possibly can.
It's hard to breathe around this stuff.
All right, so let's at least get through this tutorial if we can.
More blight. It's everywhere. Grimlogs.
Salvaging machine carcasses as usual. And there they go.
Looks like they left a carcass behind. A lot of arrows in that machine. Better take a closer look. Someone took down this machine recently.
Who else would come here?
I don't know. We'd better craft some arrows of our own. There might be trouble up ahead.
There's some ridgewood by the stream.
Let's go get our ridgewood.
All right. Now to craft some arrows.
Well, hang on now. Let's get some more wood first. Especially on the ultra hard, we're gonna need all the supplies we could possibly carry. Close ourselves off down here. Oh, I still love this with the truck. So amazing. So awesome. Okay.
Done.
Me too. Arrows ready. After you. By the goddess. What was this place?
I don't know. The transmission... The, message I found didn't say. Only that a backup might be here. We need to find a way in. So, what happened after I left Meridian?
Well, there was a fuss when people realized you were gone. then some of us figured you only would have left if it were for something important.
You were right about that.
Dead end, Aloy.
I love how these always look like they have like a GoPro on top. Like these were the Google cars. Google cars. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
Down this way. Get to the grass.
Never seen one of those before.
Me neither. Those dead machines have it on alert.
How do you want to handle it?
The focus can help us. We can scan the machine before we make our move.
Okay.
Give it a okay. See how parts of it are glowing? Those are its weak spots.
Got it. Its eye. It's a weak spot.
Right. Okay, concentrate.
Find anything good?
A few supplies.
Another one's coming. How does the focus know all that?
It reads data on the machine.
Like a hunter studying its prey?
Yeah, kind of. So, after the fuss over me leaving, what did everyone else do?
Well, as soon as the celebration was over, my mother led the rest of the Nora home. The Sun King put his people to work rebuilding the city, and I set out to find you. Someone shot this machine too.
Another ladder. Need to shoot off the lock. Got it.
You said you had a focus since you were a child, right?
Yeah. Found my first one when I fell into a ruin. Got the others from an old cache not long ago. It's good to have extras.
Welcome to the Far Zenith launch facility.
Far Zenith? I know they made some tech trades with Zero Dawn, but why would they have a backup of Gaia?
Please register with reception for the tour.
I guess they want us to check in with them?
Please hold for identiscan. Access denied. Please wait here for personnel to assist you. Dr. Sobek.
Okay. I guess they weren't on great terms with Elizabeth. Well, let's find a way in.
Please hold for identiscan. Access denied. Credentials not recognized.
I should be able to pry this open. There's climbing gear. Guess someone dropped in from above. Whoever left this here might have also shot those machines we found earlier.
So where are they now? Ugh, what's that stench?
Entire camp wiped out. They must have come here to delve for scrap.
Acid. That explains the smell. And it looks like something big came in from above.
Crashed right through the camp. And then through the wall. I should take a look at the rubble in that gap. Whatever came through here brought this down as it went out. If I can dislodge some of the debris, we might be able to squeeze through. Maybe I can find something to help in the camp.
Aloy, over here. I think I got something. It's some kind of Oseram prototype, I think. This hook looks like it can latch onto things.
And this gear pulls it back.
It looks broken, but maybe we can repair it. Hook it to the debris.
And pull it out. That could work. The focus can help us search the camp and identify anything we can use to fix the tool. My focus picked up a couple of things to check out.
Poor guy. Acid burned right through his armor. A lot of supplies here.
Part of a machine.
Guess they plan to
Could
stay a
help
while.
fix the gears. Machine cable. Stronger than rope. Alright, I think I have what I need to repair the tool. Or maybe even make something better.
You could use this workbench.
There. Pull caster. Now to test it on the debris. Better than I thought. Well, it doesn't look like there's an easy way out of here. I should scan the area. We have to find a way to keep going.
Huh. What's this thing for?
What's up, Gerb? I know I'm so sneaky. So sneaky. So yeah, I just decided I'm clearly not ready to be done with Horizon, so I'm just gonna keep on going. So this is gonna be the stream where we, or the playthrough where we get everything max level, upgrade everything, and then also find the best coils and weaves, color, like matching the color of the armor. So green coils for greens, you know, blue coils for blue, purples for purples, and so on and so forth. Which should take us to the Burning Shores DLC release, which I'll play, obviously. And then, yes, all the levels upgrades, yes. And then once we are done that, I mean, I'm hoping at least by then we're going to hear about
focus display and see what I can find.
Hear about the Zero Dawn remaster coming out, because obviously I'm going to get it. And I think that will start officially the permadeath playthrough, possibly.
What's this?
So how was your Christmas?
Whoa.
Good morning. I'm Oswald Dalgard, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to Far Zenith. Forget what you think you know about us. Our truth is simple. We say reach for the stars, even if you have to cross 8.6 light years of space to get there. Please proceed into the auditorium, where we'll unveil our plans.
Wonder what's in this auditorium.
Guess we'll find out. Oh, I might be able to get up there. What? Wow, that works.
That polecaster's useful. Too bad there's only one.
Don't worry, I'll find you another way up. Okay, I gotta drop the ladder for Varl. There you go, Varl.
Thanks.
Humans, Homo sapiens, us. We have always pushed the boundary as explorers, pioneers, trailblazers. And now Far Zenith is taking the next leap into the future. That's why we're proud to have resurrected the Odyssey. When our government's abandoned in orbit, Far Zenith will actualize in less than a decade. But that's only the beginning. When the ship is complete, we will send the Odyssey and her crew where no one's gone before. The Sirius system. There, we'll create humanity's first off-world colony. The Odyssey may take 300 years to reach it, but when we look up at the night sky, we'll know they're on their way. And in the words of our founder, the late Peter Chimvumbe, the truest form of immortality is...
Data corrupt. Playback stopped.
The old ones could fly through the sky? Between the stars?
Well, yes. Sort of. That ship, the Odyssey, it never made it to the other star. Something went wrong, and it blew up. Is that why Elizabeth gave them a backup of Gaia? For their colony?
Error. Public presentation file corrupted. Member recruitment file available. Do you wish to reactivate?
Yeah. Reactivate. Let's see what else they had to say.
We all know the projections. Economic instability, new biocontagions, rampant AIs. How long before another catastrophe creates unacceptable risk for the world's elite? We here at Far Zenith believe, escape the inevitable. And so we reach for the stars. Now you've seen what we're building here. Infrastructure to support the Odyssey's construction. A state-of-the-art data center to facilitate rapid technological advancements. And you've seen how we're managing public perception. So invest and join us. Claim your berth on the Odyssey. Preserve your way of life beyond the concerns of Earth.
Well, they were right about the world ending. They just didn't know how. Yet.
So everything they said back there about the next step for humanity, it was all a lie. These people only cared about saving their own skin.
Yeah, well, didn't work out for them in the end. That Oswald guy mentioned a data center. There. The backup. It should be stored in there.
Won't be able to swim across.
I guess we'll have to find a way around. Come on.
I still can't believe the old ones could fly.
They were capable of a lot of things. For good and bad.
Sure seems like it. I wonder what it's like up there, among the stars.
Deeper into the creepy ruin we go.
What is that thing?
Might have been what killed those Osman. Keep your guard up.
Oh, my guard is up.
Up here. Careful. Don't want those things to call in some friends from underground. You take the left one. I'll deal with the one on the right.
Okay. Moving up.
I need to sneak up on it to take it out with my spear. Can't let it see me. I should scan it first. Check its patrol path. distracted. Get it into a position where I can sneak up and strike. Just have to wait for the right moment. Gotcha.
Mine's down too. More of those machines ahead.
Nothing I can't handle.
Good hit. Wasn't expecting that.
Got 'em all. I've been meaning to mention, I noticed you have a new look these days.
Yeah, I know. Didn't have a lot of time to shave when I was trying to catch up to you. Don't worry, it's not permanent.
Good.
Sorry my whiskers offend you, anointed.
Looks like this little guy got caught up in the blight. I couldn't escape.
I hope it didn't suffer long.
The Osram must have used explosives against the machines.
They managed to get a couple.
Looks like there was a barricade here. Machines must have broken through. Just for later.
Guess that Oseram didn't have a chance to use it. Careful. Traps ahead.
Huh. Might be able to disarm them. There. Managed to salvage some supplies.
And not blow
Dismantled it.
yourself up.
And got more supplies. Looks like another camp.
While we're here, maybe we can make some traps of our own. Might come in handy against machines.
Good idea. There. Explosive trap made.
If anything walks into one of those, it won't know what hit it. Over here, Aloy. I think I see a way up.
Machine's ahead.
Don't think they spotted us. I've seen this machine before. A scrounger.
It's new to me. Let's see where its weak points are.
Maybe we could place one of those traps you made in its path.
Set this here.
We're clear.
Let's keep going then.
You've been in a lot of old world ruins. Are they all like this?
Well, they all have their secrets, but every place is different.
That's a big storm picking up out there.
Yeah. And they're getting stronger. And more frequent.
So the storms, the blighted lands, the rivers and lakes choked with algae. You were born to fix all that?
Yeah. I'd only do it if I find that backup. I think we're winding our way around to the data center. We'll need to cut through that big building on the right out there.
What's in here? Aloy, come check this out. What is this thing?
It's data. You can scan it with your focus.
Let's see. Huh. A lot of glyphs. I'll tuck this away to study later.
Tech that Far Zenith traded with Zero Dawn. It doesn't explain how they got it back up.
I'll keep an eye out for more data.
Looks like we've got to climb up.
This place is really falling apart.
Well, it is 1,000 years old.
Made it.
Looks like some kind of meeting room. That door on the other side's locked.
There's another one of those glowing things by the table.
Onzu.
The Zero Dawn terraforming system, the brainchild of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek. Empowered by 9 subordinate functions, Gaia, the core of the system, is capable of advanced planetary engineering, an obvious advantage to our space colonization efforts. Operation Phase 1. Establish an asset within Project Zero Dawn. Status complete. Phase 2. The asset will secretly beamcast a complete copy of Gaia and her subordinate functions to this facility's data center. If all goes well, Zero Dawn staff will remain completely unaware of the transmission. Risks. Discovery of this operation could result in Zero Dawn withholding the already negotiated Apollo database. Special care must be taken not to alert Travis Daunt, the expert hacker in charge of Hades Protocol. In addition, extreme caution must be exercised in regards to Dr. Sobek herself. As one of the world's preeminent technologists, she may have instituted unforeseen security measures. A complete assessment is attached. This concludes the executive summary.
I thought Elizabeth sent the backup here, but she didn't. Far Zenith stole Gaia.
Aloy? Why does that woman look like you?
It's okay, Pearl. We look alike because we're the exact same. Genetically identical.
But she was one of the old ones. How can you be her?
Because I wasn't born. I was made. By a machine. It's why I'm motherless, why I was cast out as an infant.
I don't understand. What kind of machine can make a person?
Remember when I said the backup is like a set of instructions? It's more than that. It's called Gaia. And for a long time, she cared for the world until she had to destroy herself. So she made me to bring her back. I'm the only one who can. And this place is my last hope.
You once said the goddess spoke to you when you went into All Mother Mountain. Was that this Gaia?
Yes, but she's not the goddess, Laurel. There isn't one.
How can you be sure? It sounds like she anointed you with a sacred task.
I've had a lot of time to figure this out. And you will too, with the focus. But for now, the reports said they were going to store the stolen copy of Gaia in the data center. So that's where we have to go. Okay?
Huh. Look at that. Aloy, over here. I found something you could use.
A weapon. Thanks, Varl. We should keep moving.
After you.
Down here. I think we're almost back outside.
Good.
It's heading in the same direction we're going. Great. Another one of those machines. I could try to find a weapon on it. of the Osram Delvers. And a lot of acid. That big machine must have attacked as they tried to escape.
They didn't stand a chance. So, you said this backup is the last hope.
Yeah. All those places I've been these last few months, there were supposed to be more backups. But 1,000 years ago, a guy named Ted Pharaoh purged them all.
Was he part of Far Zenith too?
No. He was worse.
That big metal thing looks like the ship we saw back in the auditorium. Imagine going up to the stars in that.
More Osram. Machines tore right through them.
These guys couldn't catch a break. Machines patrolling ahead.
We can tag them in the focus to keep track of them.
Machine ripped right through the wall. There's a ladder in the back.
What's in here? So tell me something. Sona was really okay with you not going back to the Sacred Lands?
As the Nora war chief, she understood why I was obligated to follow you. But as my mother, she wasn't pleased.
Is she ever pleased? I don't think I've seen her smile.
Me neither. Three of those things. And if they slaughtered all those Oseram, we'll never get through to the data center.
There's no way to slip past them. They're too tough to fight head-on.
We could find a settlement. Convince some hunters to help us.
That would take weeks, and we don't have that kind of time. Maybe all we need is that shuttle to fall.
That thing? How?
We'll figure it out. Just wait here.
Aloy.
Trust me.
And there she goes.
Just need to get over to the shuttle to figure out how to make it fall into the basin. If I can make it to that tower, I should be able to find a way across to the shuttle. There. That ladder can get me up to the tower. launch myself off that grapple point. That sounds good. Too bad. Made it. So all along, there were 3 giant machines killing Oseram and leaving acid everywhere. Great. Easy. That was close. One rickety tower down. On to the next. I won't be able to make that jump. There is a cable here. Maybe I can ride it to the other side. Well, nowhere to go but up. This place is barely holding together. Looks like there are massive clamps holding the shuttle in place. I'll bet there's a control console nearby. If I can release the clamps, the shuttle should fall right into the basin. Control console might be in there. Got this place to myself now. Okay. Time to crush those machines down below. The shuttle's caught up in those cables. I'm gonna have to climb the tower to find a way to disconnect them. Now, how to get up the tower? Scanning with my focus could help here. If I pull that beam down, it might drop the access lift. Closer to the shuttle to attach the cables. Creeping doesn't sound good. I have to detach those cables quick. This should be the right spot. There. All connectors holding the cables together. It should break if I shift. One down. Just need to climb higher. Attach the second set of cables. Scaling an ancient, rickety tower with killer machines waiting down below. I was right. I'm turning back now. Almost there. There's the other connector. Finishing this the hard way. Okay, what's that weak spot? Watch out for that acid. fight left in you. Canisters are exposed now. Catch an aim for them. Damn it, it broke free! I gotta take this thing down fast. That may be frost ammo. Or my focus might find something I can use around here. Dead. Finally. The data center should be straight ahead. I guess Varl's gonna have to find another way there. Once I get the backup, I can reboot Gaia. Fix the system, heal the Blight. Restore Elizabeth's dream. But is it still there? Okay. I should find the server room. I'm close. I have to be. It's here.
Gaia version 6.9. Initializing. Hello.
Hi. Elizabeth? Travis Tate.
Now, what's this we got here? A Farzian's conspiracy to steal a copy of Gaia? And her subordinate functions? Naughty, naughty. You want me to handle this, Liz? Blasphemers! Brood of vipers! With a mighty hand I smite and pour troubles upon you! This ain't no copy of Gaia you stole, you losers. But it's the mother of all logic bombs. So good luck repairing your data. And next time you start thinking you can outsmart a Tate, remember my salute.
Aloy? The goddess.
There is no goddess. I told you that already. That's not Gaia. It's not what I'm looking for. It's nothing but a fake.
I got it.
Varl, I'm sorry.
You have a sharp bite sometimes, you know? But it was pretty amazing to see you fly off that tower and blow up the entire basin.
The thing is, there's going to be more of that. I'm out of leads, Varl. But I have to keep searching. And fast, and whatever risks I have to take, I will. And it doesn't make sense to have someone with me. Someone who might get hurt. This is on me, Varl. Nobody else.
Hold on. Before, in Meridian, you said there was a man who helped you. Silence. You said you used to talk to him a lot about things you discovered from the old world, things no one else understands. And he gave you the lance you used to defeat Hades.
He's gone, Varl. I haven't heard from him since the battle against Hades.
Sure, but Spy Master Murad back in Meridian, he's good at finding people, isn't he?
Varl,
Come on, it might work. Plus, you'll get to see some friendly faces again.
Okay. I guess it's worth a shot.
We've got a long walk ahead.
Actually, I've got a better idea.
Son, it's true. She's come back.
Bless us. The savior of Meridian has returned.
You earned this welcome. You saved them.
Not yet.
In the name of the Sun King of Vard, a royal welcome for the champion.
Make way.
Murad, Aloy has an urgent matter to discuss.
Dashane,
That makes two of us. I've sent forth hunters for weeks, to Sunfall all the way to the Sacred Land, searching for you. Something happened at the Spire. Come. I'll show you. Watch your step. You saved us all, to be sure, but we're still cleaning up the mess. It happened right after the solstice. We were able to explain it away, thank the sun. Otherwise, it might have caused a panic. One night, for less than half a minute, it glowed an angry red. From Meridian, it looked like a trick of the light. But those who were closer, atop the light, said it could not have been a reflection. Much to my dismay, they said the light rose up from the tower's base. From that. We left everything just as it was.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. The Spire's supposed to send out signals, messages, for the terraforming system.
But Hades tried to use it to wake up ancient war machines.
I was sure I got the connection to that thing. Wait here while I check it out.
Let us know what you find.
I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't know. Looks the same as before. I could pull this thing out of me. What? Transmission. No, he wouldn't. He couldn't. Something was transmitted from the top of the spire. I guess I have to find a way up there. Maybe I can jump to that ledge behind me. Go. Now, how to cross over to the spire. Looks like I can use my pullcaster on that. Should be able to get up there now. I thought Silence was helping me when he gave me his lance. But it looks like he tricked me. Transmitted something through the spire. Did he save Hades? Why would he do that? Well, if I can figure out where he sent it, I can track him down. Hopefully the transmission node at the top will tell me. Looks like this panel's ajar. Can I go up through the inside? An elevator? Let's see.
Access Coordinates configuration.
The whole thing is opening up. Wonder what the Carja will make of this. There's the note.
Well, Aloy, I see you finally figured it out. To be honest, I'm surprised it took you so long to discover my ruse.
You rigged the lands to steal Hades. How could you be so reckless?
Reckless? You're the one who tried to purge Hades before its precious knowledge could be extracted. The mysterious signal that woke it, for example. Or where to obtain one of those Gaia backups you've been having such a hard time finding.
If you knew, why didn't you just tell me?
I've been having problems of my own these past 6 months, Aloy. The difference is, I've made progress. So once your anger at my entirely necessary deception has faded, why don't you come out here and find me in the Forbidden West, and learn all that I've discovered?
Oh, I'll come find you, all right.
Yes. Well, the coordinates should make it simple enough. Even for you.
Gah! There's no other choice. Better let Varl and Murad know what I found.
Aloy always has a way of doing the incredible. You went inside it, and it transformed. Almost like the day of the battle.
I can only be grateful that it's a stormy day. Few will have seen the tower change from Meridian. What did you discover?
Hades. The danger didn't end here. It went into the Forbidden West. And I have to follow.
I see. That can be difficult. The West is called Forbidden for a reason. A tribe of ferocious warriors controls much of it. The Tenakth. And they allow no trespassers past its border. That said, under the Sun King of Ard, a fragile peace has been negotiated. And indeed, the next embassy will take place in a day or two on the edge of the frontier. Were you to attend the gathering under his auspices, the Tenakth might grant right of passage, instead of hunting you and attacking on sight.
Great, just what I need. More killers.
The Sun King.
Aloy, it's good to see you. You left in such haste. We never had a chance to properly thank you.
Can we show the champion the spear now, please?
Itamin, quiet.
It's true. We bear gifts. Decorum usually calls for a ceremony of offering at the palace. But I thought you would prefer a less formal occasion. Bring them, please.
Avad, this is all very kind, but Who's it? Vanasha.
Quick. Better hand them over before she runs off again.
Really? Must you?
Try it on.
Beautiful.
On behalf of all the citizens of the Sundom, may these tokens remind you of our eternal gratitude.
Perhaps you'd like to spend more time with your friends. Come speak to me when you're ready to depart.
I need to attach the Master Override to my new spear. Should be a workbench around here I can use. Is that a statue of me? That's new. I guess I should be flattered by the statue. It feels wrong. Especially when my job's only half done. Dowager Queen Nasadi.
Blessed champion. Itamen, what do you say?
My humblest thanks to you, great champion, for delivering my mother and me from Sunfall, and for defending our holy city against the forces of Shadow. Did I say right?
You said it fine, Itamen. And you're welcome.
Champion, will you teach me how to shoot like a real machine hunter?
Itamen.
I have to go on an important mission, Prince.
To save the world?
Something like that. But when I come back, I could give you a few tips. It would be an honor.
We owe you our lives, champion, and we will not forget. May the sun light your way.
Watch out for Thunderjaws, champion!
Savior! I'm relieved to see you in good health.
That's part of the Deathbringer we defeated. This machine was the last line of defense for Hades. It dragged the orb up here and then nearly killed me, but it's just a piece of scrap now. Place.
Let's get some ale later.
Whoa!
Looks like a memorial. Honoring those who fell in the Battle of the Elite. Lots of brave people defended this place from Hades. Machine carcasses. Remnants from the Battle of the Elite. We were almost overrun by the machines Hades controlled. But we pushed through. There. A workbench.
Not again.
Uthid. Vanasha. Thanks for being here.
Wouldn't miss it. Even if you did leave us hanging after the big battle.
Vanasha, stop. She's here now, isn't she?
For the moment. But I see that look on her face. She's got business to attend to. And it isn't in Meridian.
You know, I didn't vanish before because I wanted to. I had...
No, Huntress. Please. You don't have to justify yourself to us. You saved our butts. If you've got to go, go. With our blessing.
Always.
It's been months since I was in Sunfall. What's become of the Shadow Karja?
After you wiped out the Eclipse, there were hardly any priests or officers left to terrorize the little people.
Avad offered amnesty to all who were forced to serve the Shadow, so the commoners cleaned out the Citadel and handed it back to him. The Sundom was unified.
Avad wanted Uthid to take command of the garrison there, but Captain Cudley here refused. Rumor has it that he wanted to stay close to me here in Meridian.
That's nonsense, of course.
You both look like you're doing well.
Mr. Shiny Pants here is now the Sun King's senior military advisor. That means people actually have to listen to him talk? May the sun bless their sorry souls.
At least I say something of substance every once in a while.
What was that? I just fell asleep while you were talking.
And how about you, Vanasha?
I've been looking after Nasadi and Edaman. 2 parts bodyguard, 1 part...
Bad influence.
Huh. I was gonna say nanny, but I like your version better.
I never pictured you as a nanny. Edaman must be special.
Hold on now. I'm not entirely domesticated. Nasadi was the Mad Sun King's wife. She has enemies. I've had to foil a plot or 2.
Right. You can try to hide it, but inside, you're as soft as a silk pillow.
Oh, you have no idea.
Huh? Oh dear.
We were talking about Edaman?
Yeah. Okay, I admit it. Edaman's cute. He's fun. And he looks up to me. I like him. Except when he forgets to wash his hands after hooking worms in that muddy garden behind a solarium. Blech. Well, I know. You're out. Go! Away with you.
Always an honor, champion.
Always a pleasure. But please, little Huntress, come back someday and tell us about your adventures. If I can't get in trouble, at least I can hear about yours.
Okay. Master override installed. Plus, something new. To store up and release energy. Resonator. Should help in a fight.
Savior, we were worried as to what fate befell you after...
The sculptor wanted something even bigger. Twice the size. Covered in gold and jewels. But I was quite certain you wouldn't appreciate that.
You were right. I'm sorry, Avad. It's good to see you, but I can't stay long.
I see. I'd hoped you'd remain in the city for a time. Perhaps at the palace.
Meridian's still in danger. But it's bigger than that. To put things right, I have to go west. To Noct territory.
By the sun, that's a Noct? Well, perhaps Murad already told you, but after years of hostility, we've negotiated a truce in hopes of a lasting peace. Another embassy will be held in just a day or two.
What makes this coming embassy so special?
Oh, just like today, it is special because of the guest. Our delegation will meet with the Tenakth just outside Barren Light. We'll give them treasure, and they'll return a prisoner. Fashav, one of our finest soldiers.
Soldier? Don't you mean raider?
No, not in this case. Fashav is my cousin, nothing like Helis and his ilk. He joined the Western expedition with the hopes of reining in certain excesses. But he was captured during a heroic defense of our forward base at Cinnabar Sands, and has been held ever since.
Your cousin, Fashav. How long has he been a Tenakth captive?
5 years. Tenakth emissaries swear he is well, but I wonder. That tribe is renowned for its brutality. How did he survive? Well, I'll know soon enough. If you see him before I do, tell him that I await him in Meridian, where he belongs.
If I see him, I will. When you say years of hostility, I assume you mean the Red Raids?
Ah, yes. My favorite subject.
I wouldn't ask if I didn't need to know.
As you know, my father raided all the border tribes. The Asuram, Banuk, and Nora suffered greatly, resisting as best they could. But none fought back like the Tenakth. They rose up and assaulted our western front at Barren Light, sweeping us from their lands. Getting them to talk to us again after that was tricky.
How did you get the Tenakth to talk again after the war?
The same way I got you to talk. By giving gifts.
The Tenakth like tiaras?
More like medals, spices, and relics looted during the fighting. We've met with them on several occasions, and the gifts seem to have eased the tension. But this coming embassy is the most important yet. The best sign we've had so far that the Tenakth want lasting peace.
Itamen looks happy.
You got him out of Sunfall. Any happiness he has, he owes to you. He's turning into a fine young man, which he'll need to be if he's to inherit the crown.
Wouldn't the crown go to a son of yours first?
Yes, well, I'd have to get married for that to happen. Murad keeps throwing noble matches at me. But I find I'm always trying to make them into someone they're not. At any rate, I never aspired to the throne, and I don't wish to sit there forever. When Itamen comes of age, I hope to step aside. Free of the crown. I might finally be able to travel the world. Who knows? Perhaps even accompany you on one of your adventures.
You make it sound easy. I need to get going.
One moment, Aloy. There's something I must ask you. Since you left, I've thought of little else.
This isn't really the time.
But it has to be. The way you left before, there's no way to know when I'll see you again. I'm not trying to stop you, or hold you back. But I need to know, when your mission is over, will you return to Meridian and stay? Long enough for us to spend time, to get to know each other properly, perhaps.
I do hope to see Meridian again, Avad. And you. But this mission, it's my life. It's all I can think about. I have to stay focused. What happens after? I can't imagine that. I wouldn't know where to begin.
Well, if that place were to end up being Meridian, know that you will always receive a boundless welcome here. Tend to your mission, Aloy. I will hope for your success, and look forward to your return.
Are you ready to go?
Well, that's everyone.
Or do you need a little more time?
I guess it was nice to catch up. For a little while. I better get going. And if I'm headed west, it sounds like I'll need rite of passage from the Tenakth, as you said. Where exactly is this embassy going to be held?
Past the Daunt, the canyon that marks the western border of the Sundom. You'll find the fortress of Barren Light at its farthest edge. The embassy will take place just beyond its gates. It's a long march, a fortnight on foot.
A couple of days hard riding should get us there.
Actually, it might be better to rest here tonight. Head out in the morning.
Of course. I'll arrange it.
Am I the one to hold this crown of ash and salt? Their kindness calls to me. I have to block it out. My voice has grown so somber. These words don't seem like mine, but the iron won't subside. No matter what I try. Am I raindrops in the flood? In this emptiness, in the storm. If I falter, if I fall, the wave inside my soul
Sparks to steel. Never seen anyone use one of those to get around.
Is that how I get to Barren Light?
Yes, I mean usually, but not today. Not yet.
And why is that?
Well, the Daunt. The whole valley. It's infested with machines.
I can handle machines.
Oh, I'm sure you can, but I'm under strict orders not to operate until the whistle down at Chainscrape sounds the all clear.
Look, I didn't come all this way just to stand around and wait. I'll crank that car down myself if I have to.
Well, but then who would crank it back up? Fine, fine. Though, should anyone ask, it might be best to say you forced me.
I see smoke, but not a lot of activity.
Smoke's probably coming from something the machines wrecked. As for the quiet, well, there's a work stoppage in effect because of all the fuss.
What sort of machines are causing the trouble?
Nasty ones, and lots of them. Bristlebacks, they're called. The strangeness is, they're not native to the Daunt. Just showed up, all of a sudden.
No hunters to kill them?
Well, we've got hunters, just none that want to cross Ulvund. Boss of Chainscrape. He is self-appointed. Work stoppage was his idea.
Yeah, well, I'm just passing through. Got an embassy to attend.
You should have said. That ain't gonna happen no time soon.
What are you talking about?
Hear that? That's your answer.
Who is that?
Karja's son priest. Cranked him down yesterday, about an hour before the machine trouble started. He's a very important man, or so he says. That embassy at Barren Light, he's the one supposed to run it. Ah!
Great.
If you don't do as I say immediately, the Sun King himself shall hear of your insolence. Thanks to you, I was forced to spend the night shivering in the tent. Exposed to attack, I might have died. Oh, me you refuse to transport, but not this... what? This Nora girl? This savage? Besides, scallywag.
Wadis. That's Aloy.
Studious Wadis.
Aloy, you know, savior of Meridian.
Really? Well, that lessens the insult, I suppose.
I came here for the embassy at Barren Light. Way I hear it, so did you.
Well, not with the valley infested. And so did Ahriman proclaim the Sun Priests most precious and worthy of safekeeping. See? Scripture. I shall head to Barren Light when the captain of the Vanguard tells me the way is clear, and not a moment sooner.
Fine. Captain's a friend of mine, you know? Where is Erend? Wouldn't mind speaking to someone a little more action, a little less... scroll.
Wadis.
Studious Wadis.
Studious Wadis sent Aaron and another Vanguard out at daybreak to clear the way.
And so at daybreak...
Hey! Shh. Down the valley, then?
Yeah, said they checked the ruins on the left bank for tracks. Take it from there.
Okay. I hear there's a work stoppage. Any way to upgrade my gear?
I'll bet the smith in Chainscrape would let you use his workbench. As for the bristlebacks, you might want to craft some acid arrows. Hitting their canisters with those will take them down quick.
Thanks. I'll find Erend and I'll bring him back. Hey! Where do you think you're going?
What, to the top of the ridge? To wait in safety?
Sorry. Operators under strict orders. No passengers till the whistle blows, right?
That's right. Best start cranking.
Why? Why?
Jorf, would you kindly escort Studious to Chain Scrape and wait for me there?
You got it.
I will find Erend, and I will help clear a path. But after that, no more excuses. Barren Light. Embassy.
If such be the will of the sun.
It will be. Trust me. I gotta find Erend. But it might be good to hit Chain Scrape first and upgrade my bow.